All right, so welcome again to Military Guna TV. So, Fulham won, Arsenal won. First thing first, thank you guys for tuning in. A lot of respect. A really weird game. Few injuries. One goes on a result that we needed. We need to win that game, and we didn't get it over the line. We definitely didn't get it over the line, and it shows the level of inconsistency that we tend to put on. Very, very much inconsistent. Big up Maya for coming in. The high level of inconsistency. We can't continue like this. Too much inconsistency from the team. People are arguing about the selection. I think that the team selection could have gotten the job done. I believe that we could have gotten the job done. We only nicked a point in the last 9 minutes of the game. Only in the last 9 minutes of the game. So I think we should have done better than what we've seen. Big up Delano for coming in. Much respect, everyone. Just smash the like button as you guys come in. It is the ARC rule. It's gospel. You have to hit the like button the moment you come in. We should have done better. I believe we should have done better. When Eddie, the person that salvaged the game for us, when he was coming on, he got so much stick. Eddie Nketiah got so much stick when he was coming on. Big up Splinter. VAR wasn't on your side today. Definitely. VAR was definitely against us. Sad, big up. Derby match these days, anything will happen. Yeah, that's a fact. That is a fact. Big up as well, IMAX. Thank you for jumping in. Big up to everyone who's coming in. It was a weird game, and at least I saw whosoever when I'm doing the Reggae Boyz stream and people are telling me that Bobby Reed can't play central midfield, stupidness. Total stupidness. He was the second striker today. He played second striker. He was a creative element in the team today. So when I'm doing my Reggae Boy Watch Monday, you guys will hear a lot about that. But big up, I want to run through the game. I'm really disappointed. I'm really disappointed. VAR got it spot on. Delano, come on, Delano. What do you mean by VAR got it spot on, Delano? It's not that easy. It's not as easy as we look, but I don't think. All right. For Saka one, I thought it was very, very harsh. Big up Kumar. I thought it was very, very harsh that Saka got a card, got called offside, and then now the one that was blatantly offside, which was the Fulham goal leading to the Fulham penalty, that was not given as offside. So I find it very, very weird. Kumar said, hello, hope you're good. I think Martinelli is overhyped. No, not at all. He put in a good performance. He got off a lot of shots. He was really, really busy throughout the 90 minutes. He was really, really busy. So Martinelli, I think Martinelli had a good performance. Remember Bobby first match for us in Mobi, he was playing attacking mid in evening. Yeah. He played a good match against us. Very, very dangerous as well. Told them to check for themselves on read, but they didn't want to listen. That's us. That's how we are, bro. Paul, big up Paul for coming in. Sometimes the manager lets us know. Poor team selection. All right, so in regards to the team selection, I think that it varies, because we can see Pepe start and Smith Rowe on the bench, and if the game is going bad, we can build an argument that why didn't Smith Rowe start, because they have been in good form. So there's always a particular situation. There's always a particular situation that stipulates why another player is playing and why another player is not playing. So it's difficult. I can vouch for Thomas Partey. I would want to see Thomas Partey in the midfield, starting in the midfield, because he hasn't got the full level run of games so far. So I would have wanted to see Thomas Partey in the midfield. But definitely, I do believe that we didn't perform as how we should have. Martinez was actually one who was taking all the shots on goal. I think we could have done better in that aspect as well. Kumar said Martinelli wasn't clinical enough. Yes, he wasn't clinical, but he was very, very active. He wasn't clinical, but he was very, very active. I could see with that. He wasn't clinical, but as I said, very, very much active throughout the game. So I can see with that one. The guys in the chat are spot on. Team selection let us down. I think I think he could have done a bit better because personally, I think he should have tried to dominate the midfield. And when he excluded Thomas Partey out of the midfield, I thought that is where the first place we lost the game. But we were really handling ourselves, we were managing the game quite well. And then there comes the VAR. There comes the VAR and just take everything away from us. Arsenal games are just can't miss period. Yeah, excitement. Always full of excitement. But the unwanted man came and saved Arsenal. The player that most Arsenal fans turn against, which is Eddie Nketiah. So much Arsenal fans turn their back on this youngster. So much Arsenal fans. Kumar, El Nini is useless. All he does is pass it sideways or even over it a pass. Bellerin lost about 12 times at half time. Both not good enough. Exact are. So the reason why Bellerin would come in the team is because maybe lack of game time. But I think I was in a group chat and they said they believe that he should have started the same team that played in the Europa League, then rest the other rest of players. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. Then now you can rest other players. So you wouldn't see Bellerin wouldn't come in the team. El Nini wouldn't be in the team as well. So it'd be the same system, and I think that is how he should have deployed it. So definitely team selection is one of the reasons why we lost this game. Team selection. And there's no hiding around that one. Team selection is one of the reasons. So Mikel Arteta has to hold his hands up for that part. Team selection. No, in all end, I think that the players also let themselves down. Martinelli got a few chances. He didn't put them away, which was really, really important. Lacazette got away a few times, and because of heavy touch, he didn't get his foot on the ball to make a decisive action. Jamaican views, big up, bro, a lot of respect. Agree with Kumar. The youngsters are decent. However, they need to be more clinical. Exactly. So if Martinelli was just a bit more clinical today, I think that we would have gotten in would have gotten in a few more goals. I think the only changes I would have made was Partey for El Nini and Chambers for Bellerin. That would be the start. I think that is how we should have started the game. We should have started the game with the same player. Even Gabriel. The thing I'm looking at now, people, is that I believe that the best partnership we have is actually Mari and Holding. Mari and Holding. So we are now seeing what Pablo Mari has to offer to us, because when he's in the back line, he's so composed, he controls the game, he dictates the pace of the game, and he actually allows us to play a more fluent football. He allows us to play a more fluent football, definitely. So that I think is also a fact. So I'm gonna put the link in the stream so you guys can join. Let me see. So I'm gonna put the link in the stream, people, so you guys can come on and have a talk. This is the Arsenal stream, so we have a lot of freedom. Maybe it's only so you guys can talk. I have a stream maybe a couple of minutes after this. So people hopefully are seeing what I'm seeing. The player ratings, performance ratings as well. Let me see. Steven said our midfield had me lacking confidence before the game. The El Nina and Dan Sabay's midfield, it's not working. It's not working. Can't blame VAR. They were both right. Nketiah is useless. Well, he did save us some points, right? Didn't Nketiah save us some points? So we have to respect that. Well, Jamaican views. Well, we didn't lose the games, as you said. We drew. Yeah, we drew the game. Big up Delano for coming on. Thank you for coming on.
Big up, bro.
We're going to run through some of what is happening on the pitch, on and off the pitch. But we had a few injuries as well. We see yeah, mute background, please, because I'm hearing feedback. Lacazette went down. So let's run through it, people. First thing first, the starting lineup. Let's adjust the starting lineup. 4-2-3-1, same system that we were playing previously. First person we noticed, Matt Ryan. Hector Bellerin. These are notified are the notable changes that was made. Matt Ryan, Hector Berlin, Gabriel, and who else? Who came in? I think it's
El Nani. You're forgetting El Nani.
So those are the notable changes.
And Rob Holding.
Rob Holding played the last 3 games. Rob Holding played the last week. It's Gabriel. Matt Ryan, Gabriel, El Nini, and I think it's Martinelli coming and starting this time around because Martinelli never started. He came off the bench. So these are the notable changes that were made. So definitely, from there, people are gonna say, okay, the midfield. I don't like the midfield. Personally, I never like the midfield. As you guys can see, we have 2 in the midfield, double pivot of El Nini. Dani Ceballos will go forward, but the problem is El Nini will not provide the attacking support. El Nini is just for retaining possession and creating turnovers. As you guys can see, the lowest match ratings in the game. I don't believe that Matt Ryan should have such a low match rating because he did put in a good amount of saves when he had the chance. Hector Bellerin was woeful, really, really poor. I can't say anyone else was significantly poor, but Hector Bellerin was one of those who was significantly poor, and Mohamed El Nini. So these guys were the guys who caused us a lot of problems, and they were really, really poor. I think that we should have definitely done better. So the problem that they caused us, one of the problem is that Josh Maja, who scored the goal, Mario Lemina and Bobby Reed they were both vital. Bobby Reed played in a central midfield role despite you see him in a 4-4-2 formation right here. It was actually a 3. They went to a 3 in the back so often because they have Joachim Henderson slotting in. Joachim Henderson is actually a midfielder, but a central defensive midfielder, but he's slotted.
They start the game with a 4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1, exactly. And Bobby Reed was in the attacking midfield position. But he was one who was floating inside and around the area. So he caused us many problems. And we spoke about it, Delano, that we spoke about it in the previous stream that Bobby Reed is actually a central attacking midfielder, and people were arguing with us about that. But that's a different story. So let's move over now back to Arsenal. We went to the same formation using the prime Granit Xhaka at left back position. In front of him we have Dani Ceballos and Martinelli. I think Martinelli would be one of the changes that a lot of people are not okay with based off what they're saying. Because if they're saying that Nicholas, Delano, weren't you one of the persons who want Nicholas Pepe to start?
Yes, I was shocked when I didn't see him on this team sheet. I was wondering why.
Start over who?
Start
Pepe over.
I would put Saka in midfield, play Pepe on the right, and start Martinelli on the left. Play Smith Rowe and Saka in midfield with Thomas Partey. That's what I would have went with.
Remember now, we're playing against a team that is very, very physical, and they want to attack. They want to get in attack, and they will try to dominate the midfield. They will try to overload the midfield. Now, Lemina and Zambo and Guetha, these are 2 physical guys, 2 physical specimen. They will try to bully midfield. So can you imagine a Saka in the midfield area fighting and tussling, and even Smith Rowe with these guys? I think we have to look at that as well. Our XG was 2.97 and their XG was 0.87, and they did score the same amount of goal as us. I think what we should have done, we should have actually capitalized on our chances. No, Martinelli got a few chances and he didn't put them away. Early in the game, he got an early one. He lobbed it over the keeper. He didn't put it away. So we're gonna move. We're gonna go to player, identify their what their role and how they did perform. Notice I'm going to highlight the man of the match, and what I'm seeing right here is Dani Ceballos is the one who finished the match with the highest match ratings, and he did put in our work, but I'm not sure if that is actually accurate. I think Saka and Smith Rowe did a lot more. Maybe we are underrating Dani Ceballos' performance because we are not of liking to him, so we might underrate his performance. So
the best 2 players on the pitch today were Martinelli and Saka. Nobody else.
They were always in the attack.
Ceballos was non-existent. He was there spinning like a fidget spinner all around the pitch, losing the ball, giving the ball away. His corners were awful.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Hopefully next season will be a better season for Arsenal. Hopefully, I doubt it. I really doubt it. This is actually the build. We're now cemented ourselves into the building phase, and I think it's going to be difficult. Next season is going to be especially difficult because I don't think Arsenal will get the funding to progress in how we want. Even my fear is this: if we do get Champions League football, I don't think that we are going to be capable enough to maintain the Champions League football.
Not with this squad. Not with this manager, we won't.
But you think the squad is capable enough to play in Champions League?
No.
Okay, so why would you say that the manager? Why would you put it on the manager when you know definitely that the squad is definitely not good enough?
Because I've seen Manchester United get knocked out early in the Champions League, and they have a better squad and an awful manager.
Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Even Manchester United, they don't have the best manager, right? But they're sitting second on the table right now. Why is it that they're in second on the table?
One, because they have a good squad. Two, because the league has been weird this season. I think we should have been in the top half of the table this season.
Yeah, we are in the top half, 9th or 10th. We're actually we're in the top of something, the top half. The top half of the bottom half of the table.
Oh my God.
Yeah, continue. So look at it. Manchester United, they don't have the best manager.
Yeah.
Basically, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is one of the worst managers in the Premier League. But yet still, his team is on the top half. He's second in the Premier League table. You know why? Quality. You increase the quality in your squad, it means definitely your squad will get better. It doesn't matter how capable your coach is. I've seen a lot of teams. Look at it. Ronald Koeman. He's not the best manager. Ronald Koeman is not the best manager. Diego Simeone possibly has more titles than Roman Koeman. But yet still, he's at the top.
But you can't stick with that because after a time that will affect you, because we see it at Juventus with Pirlo. They got knocked out of the Champions League. They're not winning the Serie A right now, so it's peak for them. So you can't pair quality and don't have a proper manager will catch up to you after a while in quick succession.
No, but the problem is, yes, Juventus has the quality. Juventus do have the quality. But the problem is, are some of these quality old players? Juventus has a very old squad. The age difference with the Juventus squad is massive. It's the average squad is like about 28 average age. And if you guys can look right here on Arsenal versus Fulham, the average age, first 11 age is actually 25.1 for Arsenal and 25.4 for Fulham. I don't think it's the same for Juventus. So they should have been in the building phase and they did not do that. All they do is get big name players on free and then now try to fill that gap. So it was mandatory that they should have started the rebuilding process at some point in time. No, what they did went and did wrong is they purchased Cristiano Ronaldo to win the Champions League. Then they can start the rebuild. But that hasn't happened as yet. So they're consistently trying to fill that gap.
Yeah.
And it's just not working out. It's just not working out.
I see Arsenal fans on Twitter saying that we're going to spend big, Ozil is off the wage bill, etc., etc.
Not gonna happen.
Listen, Arsenal has took 120 odd million government loan that has to be paid back next month. So if you guys think that we're going to spend big bucks in the summer, you're making a sad mistake. We need someone who is going to get the best out of this crop that we have now. Because we're not going to spend big bucks in the summer. I can just see Luis maybe leaving, Ceballos on another loan period, maybe Odegaard and a backup left back.
Real Madrid said they want Odegaard.
See? So it's not gonna be peak for us in the summer.
No, I doubt it also. Kumar said, who should we use as striker? Lacazette will be out. Options are Balogun, Nketiah, Martinelli.
Anybody except Nketiah.
Yeah, but so that is the thing. I want to ask a question. Which of these players scored the most goals for Arsenal? Balogun, Nketiah, Martinelli. Answer me. You don't want it to be Nketiah, but answer me.
Nketiah. I think
Why?
Nketiah scored in the Europa League.
Nketiah scored way more goals in the Europa League. Nketiah scored way more goals. I think he scored more goals in the senior team as well. He scored a lot of goals in the senior team as well. Remember that he scored even this season. This is maybe like his third or fourth goal, maybe his fourth or fifth goal this season. He scored a lot of goals.
I don't want to see Eddie Nketiah leading my forward line. There's no way. There was a chance, and this guy has no touch. His touch is awful. He can't even finish. He's not a goal poacher. He's a fox in the box, and we don't need that type of striker at Arsenal. We need someone who is ruthless and clinical.
Bellerin shouldn't have been in the team. We have seen enough of him this season, and he's crap. I agree. That is one of the changes that I didn't want to see. Bellerin. Chambers have been playing very, very good as the right back and slotting in as the hybrid right back, right central midfield. Chambers have been playing a position very, very good, providing defensive support for Saka.
Thing is with Arteta, he doesn't give himself any credit. He always tries to throw himself under the bus because you go with a 3 at the back with Granit Xhaka left centre back, Holding Amari. Why not stick with that? The lineup that brings you success, you stick with that lineup.
Continue.
So when you're playing in the league now and you're going with a 4 at the back, Granit Xhaka at left back, Gabriel Holding, Bellerin. Why is Bellerin coming into the squad? He didn't play. He didn't bring you success. So keep the players that give you success, and you will see better results. Yeah. He's just confused, and I can't deal with this. I need someone who is going to sort this whole situation out, pick a proper 11, because I don't really think the squad is all that of a bad bunch as us Arsenal fans make it be. There are good players in our team that can play, and including the youngsters is not the worst thing in the world. Barcelona play at El Clasico with 5 kids starting. 5 kids. So integrate the kids in the squad is not the worst thing. So we need to see more of that.
Look at the front line. We had Emirates Stadium, Gabriel Martinelli, and Bukayo Saka in the front line. So that's 19. That's 3 19-year-olds in the front line. Quality, but inexperience. So experience would, one thing I know experienced players have. If we have so much position in the 18-yard box, I can guarantee you that would have a penalty. If we had Hurricane today, I'm pretty much sure that would have received a penalty. Steven Denham said, I wanted Pepe to start, but when you have him and Bellerin, it doesn't work. Bellerin makes the same run and gets in his way. That's a good point. That could be the reason why Pepe
and we were seeing the same thing as well with Saka, because Saka has the ball. Bellerin was supposed to overlap him. He didn't overlap him.
Sad Sack said, if the squad not good, you can't blame the manager 100%. But you still, some of the blame, the manager has to take some of the blame based off selection. You have to give the manager some of the blame based off selection. Steven Denham said, next season we have to be better. We can't do any worse. This is Arsenal. We can.
With Arteta and manager, we might be 16th next season. Don't worry yourself.
I'm getting at Gunners. Hello. Gunners bar. Randy Bible. Did you see how good Matt Ryan was? Leno is a fraud. Matt Ryan produced the pre-assist. Matt Ryan produced the pre-assist. He did perform well. He did put in a good performance. See, it is time for the crankies to put their hands in their pocket, back Arteta to strengthen and bring in players needed, because one player's here and one player next window leaves us short every single year. Do you agree with that, Dylan?
Yeah, I do agree with that. But at the same time, the Cronkies have been spending money. They have been
Are they
spending
spending
money.
enough?
N- Listen, you can spend money, but in order, you must have someone who is competent enough to manage your finances, and that is where we fall short at Arsenal Football Club.
And who falls
Having
in
s-
that?
having someone like Edu managing your finances is just not good enough. Look at Chelsea. Chelsea have I don't even know Ganaskar is her name.
Yeah.
She manages their finances. You don't see every year their owner getting up and dropping 100 million. The 100 million he drops goes into their academy. Their academy goes out on loan, and then that is where their money comes from. He doesn't get up every year and just pump money in their club. No, that's proper managing finances. So we need someone at that area who is going to manage the finances, because we see where we done 70 mil on Pepe. Pepe is not a 70 mil player. We
Mm-hmm.
are, we we have paid over. We have been paying for overpriced bang average players like Granit Xhaka spending 35 mil, which was a shambolic thing to do. So we need somebody who is competent enough to run the finances. And I think the guy at Ajax, I don't remember his name, Mr. Arsenal.
Yeah, I know who you're talking.
He should be the one in
Ooh,
that position.
well, the winger, the winger. I
Yeah,
can't remember his name, but I know what you're talking about. Those are some valid points because if we should, all right, the thing about it, the reason why I put some of the blame on Cronky is this. If you have a business, Delano, right? You own the infrastructure, you own the business, and
yeah,
you guys producing toilet paper or
yeah.
toiletries, right? And you realize
Mm-hmm.
that you're starting to get a lot of complaints from your customers that the toiletries are byproduct. They're not good enough, and the quality is diminishing. So because of that, people are start buying your product. So you now start to get the financial impact from that. Isn't it your responsibility, because it's your business, to go out and
Yeah,
gather the branch managers and say, what is the situation? Gather the supervisors and say, what is the situation? What is happening? Why is it that this is happening? The production rate has dropped. The finances have been backlogged. All those type of things. As the
yeah,
owner, as the CEO, it's your responsibility to sort out the finances of the club.
yeah.
No, since 2007, Stan Kroenke has taken 50% of Arsenal. And I think in 2015, he took um total total
Ownership.
overall of the club. So he has the entirety of the club since 2015. But since 2007 to 2015, there has been a common denominator, which has been a steady decline. In 2006, we were in Champions League, and we moved from Champions League position to the dominant top four position from Champions League final in 2006 to selling all our best players from 2006-7. All our best players we have been selling until then. Until now, we have been selling all our best players.
My
So,
question is to you: who was the problem at that situation?
who was the problem with that situation?
Yes,
This is what I'm going to highlight. We're going to say we would want to say it's Wenger, but
exactly.
listen to this, Delano. Wenger came out and said on I think it's BT Sport, and said every season, every transfer window, every summer transfer window, he had to sell his best players to finance the team. That is exactly what Wenger said. So when we saw Carlos Vela when he was in his prime, when we saw Thierry Henry, when we saw Sex Fabregas, who else did we saw? Let me see. Samir Nasri, Adebayor, Alexis Sanchez. Well, it wasn't necessary, but we get rid of him. We love. These are all the players during that time period. I can't even remember so many players. Radziski in his prime. All of these players. When we let go, when we saw these players in their prime, it was because Arsene Wenger wanted to finance even Alex Chamberlain, Theo Walker. We wanted to finance the rebuilding of the squad, or to finance the squad going on to the next year. So yes, we
Mhm.
can say Arsene Wenger was the one who sold them. Arsene Wenger was the one who came out on public TV and said, he's getting the full backing from the board. But remember, if you're working for someone, you can't come out publicly and slate that industry that you're working for. You cannot do that. You just can't do that. So during that time period, in 2007 up until now, Stan Kroenkes are the common denominator in Arsenal Football Club, and we have been complaining about managers, technical directors. We have been complaining about scouting system. So these are all the things that we have been complaining about since 2007 until now. Proper squad replacement players. We have sold players and not replaced them adequately.
But at that time, Wenger had a lot to say in the transfers. So we didn't have a technical director.
Yeah, but then, finances, was he getting the finance to go out and purchase the quality player that he wants?
But it doesn't make you any better lying to the fans, because Arteta did the same.
What do you think he should do then? Come out and said the owners is not giving him money? You think you
exactly?
You really want Delano, wherever you're working right now, would you come out on social media and tell people that they are paying you this amount of money and you demand this amount because you have such and such qualification, and then turn around and said, they need to do this or else I will go? Would you do that?
Yes, if the pay is not right, and the structure around in which I work is not, the environment in which I work is not right, then it's either my services to you or I take my services elsewhere. Because in business in which I'm studying now, there are ways in which you can deal with these things. You can do a strike, you can farm, you can go around your colleagues and say, are you happy with this, and so on and so on. Form something and protest against it, so the action can be taken to nullify the situation. But because Arsene Wenger covers the board, that then comfort us as fans, because if he had said something then, the fans would have said, no, we can't have this. Back him, put pressure on the owner to spend money. But because every manager keep coming in, not talking out about the owner, keep comforting us, selling us lies, that is why they're still in power. That is why they're not spending any money.
All right, so that's a good point. All right, as I said, you would come out, but I don't think anyone else will come out and say that. Randy Viper said, you play Balogun over all of them. Balogun hasn't had. Let me run through. Whoa, coming the far back. Balogun hasn't had any games. Can't say that military. I'm sure. That's a rubbish question. He's lucky with his goals. He's lucky. Everyone else will strengthen, so we're just gonna fall further behind. It's time for Stan Kroenke to back Arteta to take his wig wearing arse out of the club. I agree. Hopefully, Barca and PSG wasn't watching Bellerin tonight. They won't pay more than 10 million. Romel Grant, big up Romel Grant for coming in. Kumar Natisa. Why the rotation though? I don't get it. I think Arteta doesn't have a clue what he's doing.
Exactly my point, Romel.
Then I agree with that, right?
Of course, I fully 100 agree with that.
Randy Viper, Kroenke has got us into the new Super League. And Ashton said, big up our military and Delano.
Big up Ashton, big up.
And big up the Belgian king. That's IMAX. Ashton said, Helbert Sang and Yaya Tour. Torre. Why did they say Yaya Tour? Polo Tour, I should have said. Yeah, these are quality. We have done same real dodgy deals, paying way over the top for our players. How no one at the club questioned it is madness. That is it. Recently, I don't remember, they brought in a lawyer. Kroenke's brought in a lawyer to manage the finances and all these dodgy deals that we have been doing. That is the reason why we saw
Martinelli
and all these guys actually got kicked. And claiming that they are living on good terms. Jay Anyway the Sports, big up, bro. Hector made the bench. Didn't he? He's asking if Hector made the bench. Let me check.
Oh, that's Michael Hector.
Yeah. Yes, he did make the bench, but he won't get an appearance. He haven't gotten an appearance in such a long time. And players out there dropping piss poor performance. I'm surprised. Stephen Denham said, the fans that should be told the truth. Without the fans, there's no club. Yes, I agree.
Exactly.
The fans should be told the truth, but football is political. There's a political aspect of football.
And remember, at the start of the season, Arteta came out and said this squad should win, should get top four regardless. So he's saying that
He's
the squad is yes. So therefore, there's no possible way us fans should be blaming the squad for these performances, because he himself said the squad is good enough to achieve top four. Whichingly, I know that was a lie, because we have El Nani Xhaka in the team. That was a lie. So he's lying to us. Why?
So, but the thing about it, if he believes that the squad is good enough, if at the start of the season he believes that the squad is good enough to make it top four, at that point in time, would you say that he's lying?
Of course I will be saying he's lying, because we have Xhaka, Bellerin holding in our teams.
No, but remember now, you have other teams in the top four who actually have worse players. Not at starters. The thing is that we have these guys as starters, but you have other clubs with worse players on their bench than what we have as starters. But the thing is, I do believe that Mikel Arteta at the start of the season was definitely overconfident. He didn't understand the capability that this team. I shouldn't have put that. He didn't understand what this team is capable of doing, of how we can shoot ourselves in our own foot. He didn't understand that, and that is the reason why he actually made such a bold claim. He just didn't understand. Because look at it. I don't think Xhaka would start in Man City. I don't think he would start in Manchester United based off.
Hell no. He would even get in David Moyes' team.
I think he would start in West Ham. Come on.
No, over Souček and Rice. Are you mad? Xhaka has the turning velocity of a ship.
That's not true. Ashan said, Guy Clichy, Cola Torre, Alexander Song, Kyle Gleb. Ooh. Alexander Gleb. Robin Van Persie, Adebayor, Bakia Sangna. Ooh.
The thing is with RVP wanted to leave because he said we weren't making any progression in the league. So he wanted to leave.
So think about it. Under Arsene Wenger, under one of our best managers, one of the best managers in the history of managerial of managing, football managing, it is stated that Robin Van Persie wanted to leave because he believed that we weren't trying to win anything under Arsene Wenger. Would you blame that on Arsene Wenger or the persons above Arsene Wenger?
At that time, I'll blame them both.
Okay. But guess what? Arsene Wenger is gone now. Are we still trying to win things? Are we still trying to win things? Why not?
No. Because one part of the problem is still here, and two, Wenger left us in a mess.
All right. In 2015, 2016 season, that season we came second behind of Leicester City. In the transfer market, the summer transfer window leading to that particular season, we went to the transfer market and bought one player. One. And that was Peter Cech. That was the only player who bought that season. And that was the same season that he got Golden Glove. But we finished second behind Leicester City. That was the season when we were supposed to win the league and started the rebuilding process. But it didn't happen. It never happened.
Why did we bought Petr Cech? What was the reason for Petr Cech?
We didn't have,
because I didn't see the reason for Petr Cech.
I think during that time we had Fabianski and Szczesny and Martinelli as third string keeper. But none of them were as good as Petr Cech. None of them.
Well, they're better now. Look at Szczesny at Juventus. Look at Martinez. Even Fabianski.
None of these guys can reach Petr Cech level. Petr Cech is one of the legendary goalkeepers of the Premier League. None of them can reach Petr Cech. The amount of Golden Glove that Petr Cech has, I can't see any of these guys are reaching that level. Ashan said, is El Nini better than Guendouzi, Torreira, Ismail Anaz, and Willock? Or is El Nini and Olin? Yes, man. El Nini,
that is exactly my point.
potential, I think, based on potential, when those Victoria, Maitland-Niles don't want to play at right back. That is actually his highest ceiling, I believe. Yes, he's playing good in the central midfield role. He's just actually mastering the art. And Willock, definitely Willock is a good central midfielder, arriving in the box to box as well. Willock is a player that I like. A lot of people don't like him as well. But the thing is that we're looking at right now is that when these players were at our club, when El Nini and Ainsley Maitland-Niles were at Arsenal, we are looking at them that they are not good enough to play in midfield. That is what we are saying. We wanted to play Ainsley Maitland-Niles at right back because we are saying that it's not good enough at midfield. No, when these
No, the
players
managers are saying that.
Huh?
The managers are saying he's not good enough to play in midfield.
Because of, I'm not
that
sure.
That is why Arteta keep on benching him because he wants to play him as a fallback.
As a fullback.
Yeah.
Ashan said, when we signed Czech, we already had Ospina, Martinez, and Szczesny. Yes, exactly. But Martinez was the third string keeper. Martinez has been the third string keeper for 9 years at Arsenal. He has been the third string keeper for 9 years at Arsenal. So people, what we're going to do now, we're going to run through the player ratings. I won't use these ratings that I was seeing here. I'm going to do my own rating. We're going to do our own rating. So let's run through people. In goal, Matt Ryan. What do you think about Matt Ryan? How was his performance?
I'll give Matt Ryan a 7 for his performance. The rest is for the conceding that goal.
Conceding the goal. What much could he have done about conceding the goal? It's a penalty.
I think. Oh, it was a penalty.
Yeah, it was a penalty. Remember that they scored a penalty. And Matt Ryan had a good game. Especially in the latter stage of the game. First, I'm seeing one of our keepers coming out. Maybe I can't remember, but it's been a while. I've seen one of the keepers coming out. What happened there? It's loaded. Coming out and providing something for us providing a goal actually. So definitely, Matt Ryan. I'm giving Matt Ryan a solid 7. I won't go above 8. I don't want to go above 8. So Matt Ryan gets a 7. At right back, Hector Bellerin.
Negative 0.
Negative. I'm giving Hector Bellerin the poor performance a 3. I'm giving Hector Bellerin a 3. I think he didn't stake his claim.
And that's, I don't really blame Bellerin for his performance because we all know Bellerin is awful, but the manager keeps picking him, so it's down on the manager for Bellerin's performances.
What do you mean the manager keep picking him? When last Bellerin played a game? Remember Bellerin hasn't played.
Cedric is a good fallback. Yeah, but why would you pick him against Fulham?
No, because you want him to get game, and which game would you select for Bellerin to get some minutes on there? Remember that we want to sell him now.
I wouldn't select to play Bellerin none at all. I want to keep him fit so we can get rid of him in the summer.
No, but you're gonna sell a player that is not playing. At least minutes every now and then. How can you sell a player that is not playing? It's difficult.
That is why we should have been in the FA Cup. But once again, Banter Claus Arsenal.
I'm giving Hector Bellerin a 3. Rob Holding. What's your ratings for Rob Holding?
5.
5. I'll give him a 6. I'll give Rob Holding and Gabriel a 6. What's your ratings for Gabriel? I'll give both a 6. They weren't that outstanding.
A 4. Giving away the penalty.
Yeah. And I believe that penalty that was actually offside. I strongly believe that it was offside. Because they went down to the toenail of Bukayo Saka to give us the offside. At the beginning of the game, I'm not sure if you saw my tweet. In the middle of the game, like before halftime, I tweeted that this is exactly, I'm gonna quote it exactly. This game is rigged, is fixed, and I can guarantee you that I can predict that Fulham will get a penalty and that's how the game will go. That's exactly what I quoted. That's what I tweeted before halftime, and who's to tell that's exactly what happened? Um, that's exactly what happened. So over on the left, in the left back position, unfamiliar territory, Granit Xhaka had a good performance. I think I'm giving Granit Xhaka. Maybe it was basically one of the best performance on the pitch for me. So I'll give Granit Xhaka for
Granit Xhaka gets off.
I'm giving him a 7.
Might be a little bit harsh. I'm giving Granit Xhaka a 5.
Why?
He wasn't progressive enough. All his passes were back to Gabriel. Is either his ball sitting to Ceballos, pass Ceballos, bring it back into the defense. If he's a leader, he tells Ceballos, put the ball forward. Okay. Everybody's going backwards.
Yeah. I think the midfield was a bit stagnant. That is the reason it was really critical that we got the ball to Emil Smith, Bukayo Saka, and Gabriel as fast as possible so they can progress the ball forward. But I think he hold his own at left back in the left back position, and he was rugged. He got into a lot of tackles, and players were climping at him very aggressively. And it's just surprising that for me personally, I think Granit Xhaka is like a Clark Kent. He's never injured. In the midfield, Mohamed Elneny. What's the rating for Elneny?
0.
That is hard.
Not good enough.
Not good enough. I'm giving Elneny a 3. I think he deserves a 3. He deserves a solid 3. He kept the ball moving. It didn't create any problems for us as well, but there were some dodgy calls from the referee. But he kept the ball moving. Danny Ceballos.
Oh God, Danny Ceballos 0 as well. Awful performance from Danny Ceballos.
Ceballos gets a 4 for me. At least he was more progressive than Granit Xhaka and Mohamed Elneny. So definitely get a 4. Over on the left hand side, let's go with Bukayo Saka.
Saka. I'll give him a 6. I think he tried. I give 6. I think he tried to do something, but it was just not working out. Played in make some good runs. Bellerin wasn't supporting him enough.
All right. So for me, I think
so a 6 from me.
Saka gets a 6 as well. I think that's a fair enough ratings for me. He did put in a good performance and did a lot of work. I think it was unfair, the VAR decision that was made against him. I think it was very much unfair because that was just too close to call. It's not like he's a player that can cut off his toenail or something of that sort, but it was really, really close to call. In the attacking midfield position, Emil Smith Rowe, what do you have for him?
Smith Rowe, I'll give him a 5. He tried as well. I'll just 5. Give him a 5.
I'll also give him a 6. He kept the ball ticking. Solid on the passing. I rarely see him making missed passes. Accurate passing accuracy is really nice. Keep the ball moving in the dangerous areas as well. Intricate passes in between the line, trying to break the line. Trying to give Alexander Lacazette some good passes in between those areas. But it was a good game for us. I'll give him also a 6. Let me run through a comment. Steven said, Joe Willock is a great fit for Newcastle. He was the midfielder they needed. They should try buy him because he's better fit for Newcastle than Arsenal. Yes, based off how Newcastle play, the counter-attacking style of football where they were sprung forward on the break. That suits Joe Willock, and he will get inside of the box, providing a second goal-scoring outlet. Some decisions, even with the VAR, are questionable. Where there's money, there's corruption. And looking at some of these decisions, someone on the take. Yes, I agree. I do agree.
So are you saying that Fulham buy the game out? Fulham is broke.
No, not Fulham buy the game out. Remember, the big money odds was on Arsenal to win the game. remember that the big money odds was on Arsenal to win the game.
But I knew we wouldn't win.
So,
I knew we wouldn't win.
No, but no, I'm not saying what we know. I'm talking about big money odds. If you have the billionaires who are in control of the industry, put on like 10 billion for it to be a draw, 50 billion for it to be a win for Fulham, and then now the lowest stake would be Arsenal, like a 5 billion for Arsenal to win. So
so it's be a betting between
good. So if those
between
guys
rich people.
Exactly. So if those guys should influx that money into the Premier League and said, okay, do your best to let this happen, and it goes in favor of someone who's going to get the bigger money, who's going to get the bigger payoff, because Premier League would get, these guys in the Premier League would have gotten a bigger payoff. So it's a business. It's definitely a business. Jay, anyway, of course, said, sorry guys, not an Arsenal fan, but how was Bobby Reid on the right today? And by the way, London is still blue. All right, so Jay, anyway, Bobby Reid was really, really good. Solid performance. Plays as a second attacker. Gets inside of 8-yard box quite so often. Linking the midfield. He was really, really good. Positive from him as well. Dangerous. Dangerous every time he would the ball.
Moving around in the central midfield area, he was great. He was, and he was just blooming in the sun, looking like Dexter Daps.
With the hairstyle, right? Martinelli.
Yeah.
Moving on to the next player, Martinelli.
Martinelli is the only player that gets a 7.5 for me. Because he was trying a lot. He was trying a lot. There wasn't anybody there to support him most times. He was having the ball in good areas. So Martinelli gets a 7 for me.
Okay, all right. That is good. I think I'll give him a 7 as well. I think that is the highest score rating that we give anyone. So let me run through some of his stats. Before we go on to Lacazette, let me run through some of stats. Definitely. I see Barnett just replying to my Instagram message. I assume that he might be just joining the live. Minutes played 90. No goals, no assists. He had 48 touches. Accurate pass completion 21 out of 23, which is good. 2 key passes. He attempted 6 crosses and 3 were accurate. And 0 long balls, 0. 2 big chances created. Shots on target 2, shots off target 2 as well. So he was very, very much active. 4 dribbles attempt, and he completed all 4. He engaged in 10 ground duels, and that's a lot. And he win 5 of those. Aerial duels 1, and he didn't win. Lost possession 10 times, which is okay. Because Hector Bellerin lost it more in the first half than the entire half for Gabriel. And Gabriel was actually playing in the attacking zone, which is very much frightening. 3 fouls and was called offside once. 1 tackles mid, and then a dribble pass only once. So he had a solid game. So I definitely give Martinelli a 7. What do you have for Alexander Lacazette? What's your ratings for Alexander Lacazette? Delan? Oh, he has gone. So for me, Lacazette gets a 6. He put in a stellar performance, trying to link the play. But unfortunately, he didn't get the opportunity to score a goal. I think for some of the time he actually, how can I put on? Let the play get ahead of him a bit too often, and he arrives in the box too late some of the time. I think that he has to work on that, get into the box a bit earlier. So Stephen Denham said, once Arteta picked that midfield and defense, we knew we would struggle and conceded with that midfield. I had no confidence in them linking up play. I have no confidence in them linking up play and with the forwards. Yeah, it wasn't the best. I was looking at some of the link up play, and I saw that Lacazette was trying to do more work than normal just to try and link the play. So We can put it also to that. There's also a factor to that. So Delan, you back with us?
Yeah, my internet just dropped.
Okay, so what do you have to say about Lacazette?
He played well, to be honest. I'm so sorry that he's injured, but overall he played well. I'll give him a 6.
All right, that was the same score that I gave him, 6 as well. So we ran through all the players. Right at this moment, Manchester United playing against Burnley. I would like Burnley to get a job over them, but Bruno Fernandes is a lucky charm, so I think he will definitely get something in the same set. So before I do anything, I would want to run through the stats of the game. Let me see if I can get the stats. Let me see if I can write the stats. All right, so I'm going to go over to them. It's funny enough, so many managers in the Premier League that people are saying are better than Arteta. But yet still Arteta defeated all of these managers. There's been games where Bellerin couldn't take a throw in. So any comparison with what he does on the pitch doesn't look good. I agree with that, Stephen. I agree with that. That is funny. At least now he's taking the throw-ins properly. For statistics, we completed the game with 69% ball possession. They had 31. We had 18 shots, 5 shots on target. They had 3 shots and 1 on target. A total of 8 off shots. They had 5 shots blocked. They had 2 from us. 11 corners compared to their 1. 5 offsides. They committed 11 fouls. We had 9. They had 3 yellow cards based off the number of fouls that they committed. So that would be evident. 5 big chances. We created 5 big chances and only scored 1 goal. And the goal that we scored wasn't from a big chance. Can you imagine?
Wow.
We missed. Oh yes, it's one of the big chances. 4 big chances missed. We hit the woodwork once. 12 shots outside of the box. They had 2 inside of the box. 12 shots inside of the box. They had 2. We had 6 outside and they had 1. And their goalkeeper made 4 saves and Matt Ryan didn't make any. So still on the injury list, we had David Luiz out, Kieran Tierney out. These guys are possibly out for the rest of the season. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang might not be back as well.
And they have more players out than we. No. They have more players out than us.
Yeah, but
Lookman,
only Lookman.
Tom Kearney.
Tom Kearney would get additional game, but I think Lookman is the one who is the noticeable one who's out. Let's look at the league table. So Fulham is now on 27 points. Ooh. Arsenal on 46 points.
I really want Burnley to get relegated.
You really want Burnley to beat Manchester United?
I don't want them to beat Manchester United, but I want them to get relegated.
Why? Sean Dyche?
Their football is dead. Dead. I hate going to Turf Moor. It's just dead.
I don't think that could happen. So if Leeds United win their game and Aston Villa win their game, they are ahead of us. So we put ourselves in a very sticky position. If we had won that game, we'd have been 1 point behind of Everton. Would have been 1 point behind of Everton. So definitely, I think top 6 now is out of contention. I don't think we're going to get top 6. Most we can finish this season maybe 6 or maybe 7th or 8th. But top six is definitely out of contention right now. We should have definitely won that game. That game set us back. But we'll be playing against Everton coming this Friday, and we'll see how that one goes.
Oh my God, I'm even worried now.
You're getting worried? How did the game went on? How did the first leg went on against Everton?
That was atrocious. They were running us wild.
How did the game finish? They won again? Or we won it?
I think it was a draw.
Was that a draw?
I think it was a draw. Or did they won? I don't know. We have taken so many L's this season, I can't even remember them.
I'm trying to remember because Well, let's see if Arteta, the inexperienced Arteta, that people are slating him for, is going to get one over the experienced Ancelotti. So if how did it went? You just check it.
I'm checking it now.
Our points total is so far disgusting. Are we all trapped in a bad dream? No, we're not trapped in a bad dream. We're living the bad dream. Stephen, we're living the bad dream. But as soon as Delano check it so guys, this has been definitely a good one. Delano, as soon as you find it, because I need to know if our Arteta did beat Ancelotti or we got ourselves whooped. But I think we got whooped. I do believe that we got whooped.
We lost. I think it was Pepe scored one. Yeah, they beat us. I'm just looking. Hold on.
Yes, we lost. No, we didn't lose. Well, hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, they beat us 2-1.
2-1.
Pepe scored that penalty.
Okay. So we're gonna see if we can do a number over them. But we did play good in that game. I think we did play well in that game. I think we definitely. What happened here? I think we did play good in that game. So people, thank you very much for joining. This has been a good one. Please, guys, smash the like button. Really appreciate that you guys took the time out to come here. Massive respect, Stephen, Ashton, all you guys, IMAX, everyone who came in. A lot of respect.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. If you're watching on the rewatch, please hit the like button. Don't go without hitting the like button. A lot of respect. Big up Delano for coming on the show. Much respect. Thank you, bro. People, this has been Military Guna TV, and we are out.